sustainable economic growth.
I have engaged extensively with the Minister of Finance, who is helping, struggling to even pay some of these power debts that I've been describing. It's obvious that the government of Ghana cannot infuse that $700 million required to bring new plants and machinery and turn around this plant that has so much potential. So there are a lot of options we have. As a minister, we started an engagement and finally went to cabinet, who has given us the authority to now sit down with investors who are prepared to come and work and turn this place around to negotiate. So I invited your CEO. I invited everybody, and I said, cabinet has given us the authority to now sit down and negotiate the fine details of how we can invest and change the story of VACO and make sure VACO is more productive and make sure that we can be profitable and make sure we can hire people and pay our debts. So VACO will no longer look like a burden, and make sure that we can finally, as workers, come to work in a place where we are sure that we have a secure future. That a plant that we can sustain and even have more people hired. But somehow, that's not the story that is being heard. The story is that government is selling VACO or has sold it. My friends, I'm here to tell you this morning, there's no set plan. President Mahama, who is the president of the republic, his father was with Kwame Nkrumah when this place was built. We owe it to them to make sure we can sustain this place. If Kwame Nkrumah were alive, I will be his MP. I'm telling you, we will not sell VACO on our watch, but we have a responsibility to make VACO profitable and turn it around and make sure that workers will have a secure future. That's all we are trying to do.
Still in business, the Vice President has outlined 4 key priorities to transform Ghana's pension system aimed at improving sustainability, expanding coverage, and enhancing retirement security for workers.
The Vice President has unveiled 4 strategic priorities to guide the transformation of Ghana's pension system. According to the Vice President, the reforms will focus on strengthening the sustainability of pension funds, expanding pension coverage to more workers, particularly those in the normal sector, improving governance and transparency, and leveraging technology to enhance efficiency and service delivery. The Vice President said the proposed priorities are intended to build a more resilient and inclusive pension system that safeguards the long-term welfare of retirees while boosting public confidence in pension administrations. Government says it remains committed to working with regulators, pension trusts, employers and organized labor to implement reforms that will ensure a secure and sustainable retirement system for all Ghanaians.
Across Africa, millions work, produce, and serve and contribute. Through their labor, they create prosperity and build nations, and of course also shape opportunities for the future. But for too many of them, old age remains associated with uncertainty.
Up next is sports and entertainment with Wendy Lati. Stay tuned.
How would you some look fast? Baba, me again. Let's go, Yale. Me call you, ma'am. Who hear me? Me and sent my friend doctor when I'm crossing over. See what we swear. Malaria. Oh, what they say with the router? We copy the absence. A drone a friend router mixer. Yeah, come on, let a draw. And running router. So
Gap trap and the draw crew abaso body assay. Wabo router mixture abaso. Router natural products and router mixture. Yeah, the kutia a trick. Router tonic and the router life one. And who a finish like the bunny, a finish per diem. NASA support the immune system. Router dear, Obiasia, FDA, I did drinking crap to yatu.
Welcome back from the break. You're still watching Mega News at 6 on MBN TV, and I'm Wendy Lati. And now on the sports desk, Ghana's Black Satellites face a crucial encounter against Burkina Faso today as they seek a positive result to revive their campaign at the 2026 WAFU Zone V Under-20 Championship in Côte d'Ivoire. Ghana's Black Satellites will face a defining test today when they take on Burkina Faso in a crucial Group B clash at the WAFU Zone B Under-20 Championship. The match comes after Ghana suffered a 4-2 defeat to Nigeria in their opening game, leaving the team needing a strong response to keep their hopes of progressing alive. Coach Maxwell Konedu's side has been preparing for the encounter, with the team focusing on tactical discipline, attacking efficiency, and defensive solidity against a Burkina Faso side expected to provide a tough challenge. The Black Satellites are counting on a determined performance as they aim to secure their first win of their tournament and strengthen their chances of advancing to the next stage. And away from sports, we move our attention to the entertainment segment, where Ghanaian highlife musician Akwaboah has released a new single that highlights the importance of financial responsibility and preparedness before entering marriage. Ghanaian highlife artist Akwaboah has released a new single with a message encouraging young people to prioritize financial readiness before marriage. The song, rooted in the traditional highlife sound, explores the realities of building a successful marriage and the need for couples to approach the institution with maturity, planning, and responsibility. Through his music, Akwaboah highlights the pressures associated with marriage and reminds listeners that emotional commitment should be supported by practical preparation, including financial stability. The release adds to the musician's growing catalog of songs that blend contemporary themes with Ghana's rich highlife heritage. That's all for today on sports and entertainment. Coming up is the foreign news with Nadi Degogo.
Infitiasia no mene me kunu eware wo odro ene asumdwe kwan so
ya ware na chi no mene kwachu ba hotel pop pebi say ye besepeyo.
What? A team from so crown na maye.
Bibia wo Nyankopon sem.
Ekoba ne sa me kunu antena se.
Edro botum waje wo eye Edek SM Bitters.
Waa. Eni gia befi. We na me de yem Bible. Edek S.
Welcome back from that break. On the international front, the third toll from a powerful earthquake that struck Japan has risen to 34, as thousands of survivors sheltering in evacuation centers, struggling with extreme heat and difficult living conditions.
Japan is grappling with the aftermath of a devastating earthquake that has claimed at least 34 lives, with rescue teams continuing efforts to search for survivors and assess the extent of the damage. The disaster has forced thousands of residents into evacuation centers, where many are now battling sweltering temperatures, limited supplies, and challenging conditions. Authorities say emergency response teams are working to provide relief, restore essential services, and support communities affected by the earthquake. The rising temperatures have added a new challenge for survivors, with officials warning of the risk of heat-related illnesses among evacuees, especially the elderly and vulnerable groups. Japan's government has pledged continued support as recovery efforts intensify following the deadly earthquake.
Meanwhile, the United States says it has carried out heavy military strikes on Iran after an attempted attack targeting American troops.
The United States says it has carried out heavy military strikes on Iran after an attempted attack targeting American troops. U.S. officials says the operation was conducted in response to threats against its forces, with a strike aimed at locations linked to groups accused of supporting attacks on American personnel. The development marks a further escalation in tension between Washington and Tehran, raising concerns over possible wider regional consequences. Iran has yet to fully respond to the strike, whilst international observers are closely monitoring the situation amidst fear of further military confrontation in the region. The United States says it remains committed to protecting its forces and will continue to respond to threats against American interests.
That's all for the 6 p.m. news, but before we go, let's take a recap of the major headlines.
Mahama to undertake a 4-day historic visit to Jamaica. In business, Valco modernization to boost minerals value addition and manufacturing lands minister. On the international front, Japan earthquake death toll rises to 34 as evacuee battles sweating heat.
Business news was read by Juliet Yaira Afu. Sports and entertainment, Wendy Lati. My name is Nadede Gogo. See you same time tomorrow. Have a very good evening.